Have you ever felt like you're responsible for someone else's happiness or sadness? Like if you do something for yourself, you're being selfish? Maybe you're a survivor who's lived this, a professional helping people through tough relationships, a researcher studying these patterns, or just someone wanting to understand. This video is for you. Welcome to Narc Diary. When I first started looking into how narcissistic people keep trauma bonds strong, I was struck by how often guilt tripping comes into play. I've talked to so many people who feel like they're walking on eggshells, always trying to keep the peace and avoid making their partner upset. Understanding how this works is a big step toward taking back control. 1. What guilt tripping looks like. Let's start with what guilt tripping actually looks like in real life. Narcissistic individuals often use this to make people feel responsible for their emotions, which makes the trauma bond harder to break. Take Chloe. She wanted to take a weekend class to learn about graphic design, something she'd dreamed of doing for years. But when she told her partner, he said he'd be so lonely without her. He reminded her how he'd taken time off work to help her when she was sick last year, and asked if she really cared more about a class than about him. Chloe felt terrible and decided not to sign up. Another example is Ben. He set a boundary that he needed to be home by 9 p.m. on weekdays to get enough sleep for his job. His narcissistic partner told him he was being cold and that he must not love her anymore if he couldn't spend extra time with her. She even said his need for sleep was making her feel unimportant. 2, how it deepens the trauma bond. From what psychologists teach us, and from what I've seen in my work with survivors, guilt tripping strengthens trauma bonds by making people tie their own well-being to keeping the narcissistic person happy. When we're told our actions are causing someone pain, our brains naturally want to fix things. But with narcissistic individuals, this becomes a cycle. Every time we give in to stop the guilt, we reinforce the idea that we're responsible for their feelings. Over time, we start making all our choices based on what will avoid conflict or keep them from being upset, even when those choices hurt us. This isn't about being a bad person. It's about how guilt is a powerful emotion, and narcissistic people know how to use it to keep things the way they want them. 3, why narcissistic people rely on guilt tripping. Psychologists say narcissistic individuals often use guilt tripping because it helps them stay in control of the relationship. They might struggle to see things from other people's perspectives. So when someone sets a boundary or does something for themselves, they take it personally. Instead of understanding that everyone has their own needs, they make the other person feel at fault. They might bring up past kind acts to create a sense of obligation, like saying, "I did this for you, so you should do this for me." This isn't about showing appreciation for what was done. It's about using those moments to get what they want. I want to make it clear, feeling guilty sometimes is normal in relationships. But when guilt is used to control or manipulate, that's not healthy. 4, recognizing the pattern brings power. The good news is that once we recognize this pattern of guilt tripping, we can start to change things. If you're in a relationship where you always feel responsible for someone else's emotions, your feelings are valid. You deserve to take care of yourself and make choices that are good for you. Many people find that writing down their feelings and the situations that cause guilt helps them see the pattern more clearly. Talking to trusted friends, family, or a therapist who understands narcissistic behavior can also help you learn how to set healthy boundaries and stop carrying unnecessary guilt. So to wrap it up, narcissists use guilt tripping by making people feel responsible for their emotions, bringing up past kindnesses to create obligation, and framing boundaries as harmful. This deepens trauma bonds by tying our choices to keeping them happy. But recognizing the pattern helps us take steps toward healing and taking back our sense of self. Thank you so much for watching today. If this video helped you or someone you know, please give it a like, subscribe to Narc Diary to join our community, and share it with anyone who might need to hear this message. We release new videos every Tuesday and Friday. Make sure you turn on notifications so you don't miss out. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you next time.